na yepe obi ediama no as foreign company ano mo hwe so no and also omo di djuma wo ho no omo Afri Ghana ha yepe company na yede amano na eno na yehwehwe mu na engineers and planners na yede eye djumadi no share omo ensa na amanfo dodo na de omo nsem atudwa about it say akoye family and friends government state family capture na say state capture by families na ebimu ede omo nsem atudwa akire mu say enye bone because say ye the foreign companies are omo ebe ye adwuma no the profits ne na say local companies so dia omo eye ema yensa etimi eka eye profits ni bi dan kanamo a ono na odene nsem atudwa about eye state capture and ho nsem a omo de atudwa ono na executive secretary for Chamber of Petroleum Consumers yebeko ne akotie ne nsem a ode tudwa ne abasese.
It is important that we do not allow families to own Ghana or else we all become slaves. It is important. But in a situation where there's demonstrable competence or capacity for a Ghanaian to take over something that had been done over 100 years by foreign companies, I have an inclination as a Ghanaian to wish that there's local content properly done. And unless, of course, there's contrary evidence again to the extent that there's been a local company or other companies whose bids probably would have stood better than what EMP had put together, I would hesitate, in thinking that this is state capture. I would repeat this under. My inclination would be to first go for a local company that could also do the mining. Why local company? When the foreign companies come to do their mining and they declare profit, the profit would stay in those jurisdictions from where their shareholders' fund is coming from. So they would retain their profits in wherever they are coming from. But if it's a Ghanaian company, right, whatever profits or whatever incomes or revenues that are generated, a lot of it will go into paying the Ghanaian workforce. A lot of it would also go into even building infrastructure in hometowns of people who own a part of that company. So my inclination is to go for the local company. And again, I am repeating that in the absence of contrary evidence to say that, look, we had 5 bids, right? There was Hamza company that put in maybe a $400 million bid to the state. EMP did 300, but we've given to EMP. If that happens, I would condemn in no uncertain language. But if it is the case again that he has demonstrated that he can handle the Damang mines, and then he has the resource, he has the capacity, the banks are probably pushing or pulling cash to support that effort, I would say, so be it, go ahead and work. But just as Amanda said, the trap there is in when NDC or his brother is no longer in power. How we victimize businesses. I was talking of the UT Bank experience. Yeah. It's a Ghanaian company. They wouldn't always get it right. There are times even taxes they will be behind time, or there are some taxes that they would not have paid.
But let's give them special.
No, not special. You correct them when they are wrong. That is the only way companies like Guinness and the others, Coca-Cola and the others, have been able to stay for, decades, even beyond the lifetimes of people who they're founding. But in Ghana, once a political party changes hands, we want to collapse every other business that was started or had gained some momentum. We've done that to Zoom Lion. We've done that to a lot of the companies in Ghana. A lot. And every time we would color them politically, use a sledgehammer and collapse them. What we forget is that once you collapse those companies, a newer one comes in, takes over, does everything. Another 4 years, it is also collapsed. So we don't get sustenance and we don't build giants.
All right, so that was Duncan Amwa, Executive Secretary, Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, and I didn't some two jack talking about engineers and planners take care or take you over Damang mines. Now Rita I want to ask her, Rita, what do you make about this? Is this still say a family state capture and no more year, and I say it is a step in the right direction, say it did Damang mines be a local company?
So, me find from the point of view, say because a local company, we will go a long way of helping your youth in the country, and I feel so. Ebeboa my retain a boosty economy, so I feel it's the step in the right direction. And so, what people are raising concerns on the fact that akwa say NDC netisuntino, the akwa koma when you say. Ochnebi say NDC fisuna say a different political party would they also be thinking of shifting it to another direction? Yes, and mass stability system. So I feel giving it to a local company is actually a step in the right direction.
All right, yes, and so giving it to a local company is a step in the right direction. And the fact that say a local company, another political party, Bapeno, not I was here as a Sunday Komobi, and I really get that it's not a good thing. At least we should give it to them for a period of time. I won't bet me a year a Jumano eso. So you better also na the ensemble the amamwa. You better call a Ministry of Health, or more ensem ewo what ye de ebema mo na engineers and planners and someone not ye de to dry ye de emamu ye nim say ye bidding. Ena yedi eye adwuma no edema engineers and planners bidding ekọ so obia de ne nkrata akọye ekọ kire say adwuma no metimi aye anase mentimi nye enum ne ehwe ye ne de adwuma no ema engineers and planners ema omo eye. But still now people are talking about the fact that ekwa state capture enti eno ena ama amanfo dodo na eka eye ehon sem because eba se MPP anase NDC emo ewo aban mu no omo ekasaye anase MPP wa aban mu NDC kasati aye and someone omo ede etudwa said something like Ken of Oriata the companies are not they were involved in a aban nu medi museum to say data bank say they were talking about it say enya dia papa but see NDC so by no hu ne say omo enso so ede adwuma no emema omo ho eno ena amasisi akoye nsem bebre na nka Ghana ni de ye di Ghana adwuma hye ne nsan kanye bone ni nyina mu ye beto aso na de updates no de amamo Zandi Camel ena say one in be a free Adisa Productions akọ de amano because ni nsem bi okeka about omo production bi a omo eye ewo Ghana ha sei no enya de a omo ani age ho kranti omo de warning kase de krata tenten de aba omo ede ema no warning say say nsem bi okeka about perfect match extra a program ekoso TV3 no enomo ede warning ema no ekire mu a nsem o kafa program no ho no nya sa ne tie de poster why about nsem o kafa program no ho bia onko yimfiri ho na on retracting nsem o de to just on your screens krata the sat production ede koye de koma Zandi Camel Emma say onhwe now attended to and someone a war sacra tanimuno. It's a become one after the other. You be see na munyama dear ekoso. Notice to cease and desist. So we are 13th April 2026. Attention, Zandra Dede Camel. Dear Madam, notice to cease and desist defamatory publications against Adisa Productions Limited. Our attention has been drawn to several false, malicious, and unfounded statements published by you on social media regarding our program Perfect Match Extra. As an individual operating within the media space, you are expected to exercise professional restraint and due diligence in ascertaining the truth before any publication. Zandra Dede Camel, why post be about Perfect Match Extra. Na omuhune say nukribia nimnenka as a professional in the industry they expected her senka obey make sure obey the background checks and sankra na ode ensem bisa ababetudwa but omo enhune say no na amasisi de omo ani anhye da anye ho a omo ebo eho ensem ede kire ne say onhwe na onye the needful. Your failure to verify the veracity of these claims before disseminating them to the public suggest a reckless disregard for the truth and a clear intent to cause harm. I say wahye da pa no ohye ho se obema adwuma perfect match extra program no mo ye no nanim abrase because in some of the tudwa no wahye da no wahye nsem no na odi tudwa falsely and all publicize yes nsem no ebi ti say obetimi a kirem say as a program no it is scripted because in its own the program is supposed to be a reality show. But ochiremu as a script as ya hyehyɛ ho wo kɔ akasei nso kɔ ayesei mu kɔ party ana mu pie in the show a mu kɔ ayesei wo yesei na encause traffic ɛno ɛne nsɛm a na omu hu ne sɛ ɔde tutu dwa wɔ sɛ nko hwehwɛ mu hu sɛ no korɛ sɛ program no ɔma hyehyɛ ho ana ɔmo hyehyɛ ho ansa no aba abɔnten ɛde ho nsɛm aba betu dwa. So these publications to the effect that producers of the program are related and or connected to contestants currently on the show are not only factually inaccurate but are calculated to bring the program into disrepute, incite public disaffection, and interfere with our commercial interest and contractual obligations with sponsors. No, ochiremu a ode eye no ochiremu a say ebi mo any producers no they are some way somehow related. Ninyina ena ema ebi munya a chance mpo eba perfect match extra ne so na ensemu a okeken ama na kwa yese omo ne omo wo contracts sponsorships ne ade ya kwa affect omo in that regard enti ama contracts na dodo omo ne omo sponsors asensan because osi reality show enti na mede me ma abasa mo ho de real show ne so na say scripted and I say mo hyehyɛ ho na mo ye program na say it defeats its purpose. Nenti no mass sponsors no twitwi kakra abomo any adisa production for entem enti no ehun ensem no mo de ba se omo kire se ensem a Zandra de camel de tudwa no kure bia anim na omo hye ne se onye bibi den na omo se Zandi camel onye point 1 omo se immediately or see in the circumstances we hereby demand that you one immediately cease and desist from further authoring, posting and sharing any false or defamatory content concerning the program. Program a perfect match extra omo no omo share Zandi Camel say any kwanse or posting any false information about the program ebio bibia ni ho or any kwanse one she shouldn't author any program, she shouldn't share an information and no clear about the program, any other false or defamatory content onyi nyina enfree ho onyai production and as onyai posti immediately delete and remove all such existing publications from all platforms under your control. And omuchiremu all platforms are comment bitisa program perfect match extra hono sa menkane say sa profiles no and as social media handles no she has control over. She should make sure so obey deleting nyina edi every ho eno point 2 and I say publish an unqualified apology and retraction to Adisa Productions Limited in a form and manner yes enti ano so chemu a onko pacho onfa acho pakesie pa enfa enko emma Adisa for enti publish an unqualified apology and retraction to APL in a form and manner approved by us within 48 hours of this notice, and this apology will be available on your platforms for a minimum of 8 weeks to give it the same prominence as your defamatory post. Nti omuchemu na onfa achopa kese emfa bra na achopa no so it should be in a way and manner Adisa for be dia tum enye say wo kogina bia ekoka nsem bia o mumfa nche menye hwe ya no magia tum da bi in a way and manner that they will accept Adisa Productions Limited on begia tum say yes we there say you hear kra na wusu na de patch o wanu hu enti no de agia tum na okoye nani asore say no de ko patch o wan he no no munyin tum. That is the context of the point 3. Take notice, if these demands are not met within the stipulated time frame, which is the 48 hours, we shall without further recourse to you take the appropriate legal actions against you. So within 48 hours, say one yet dear also or yet within the 3 points now the man na omangasa ebe 2 and amount na omo the court on sensema bem ehon yensa ma wo so mabisa wasem bia bi wo betiane say ye the letter bro court the rate bro say you do court brand be yin sama no mum court. APL takes its reputation and the integrity of its production seriously and will not hesitate to pursue all available legal remedies to protect its brand. Govern yourself accordingly. We are signed by management of Adesa Productions Limited. And you also update on the eba about Zandi Camel. Then someone can about a perfect match extra no and no and ama said you also edit release 10 with about which you want. On making sure say or retracting in some working on some patch na within 48 hours on yes I near way and yes sir 48 hours next one or more action be on be taken legally no or more ebe take ama bipia aye kama. Yeah, twice some so na